Hello, welcome to Farrell Swim Tech. My name is John Farrell. I am the host of this fine show. And tonight I have another swim technique review video to show to you tonight. This is by a viewer named Tiffany, who lives in Provo, Utah. Go Cougars! Yes, for those of you that are wondering, yes, I did swim for Brigham Young University for 4 years. So why I proudly rep the Y here in the Pain Cave in my garage. You see my bike's right behind me, my treadmill's right behind me. Good times. So what this video is people have sent me video of them swimming, and what I do is I pick it apart and I figure out ways how to help you get faster. So before we really dive into this video, just a friendly reminder to like and subscribe if you like what you see here. Also, if you have any questions whatsoever, or if you yourself want me to review your footage for free, here, farrellswimtech@gmail.com. Also, if you'd like to become a member of Farrell Swim Tech, please check out my Ko-Fi donations page. So if you would like to donate to this endeavor, if you would like me to do product reviews, review goggles, suits, things, caps, pool toys, weird gadgets and gizmos, it would need to be based off of donations. I do not have a huge budget to do this. So, if you would like to see product demos and reviews, please donate. That'd be fantastic. So, without further ado, let us get into the stroke technique here. So Tiffany has told me that she has a polo background, played a lot of polo in high school here in Southern California, where I am based. And, yeah, so she's already starting from a good point. So what you're going to see in this video is going to be a little different than a lot of the other videos I do. Tiffany does have a decent swim background. So a lot of the things that I'm going to be talking about, these are going to be more kind of nitpicky upper tier. Sorry about that. These are going to be upper tier technique items to talk about. So these are a lot of these are going to be more intermediate to advanced tier topics. You're going to see that Tiffany is very good at freestyle. So we're going to find some fun we're going to find some fun little nitty-gritty things to nitpick here. So as always, we're going to start with the lightning round, where I'm just going to, we're going to do something here. I'm sorry. I do this in a live format style. So things may be popping up and weird things happen. I don't have time to edit. So this is how we roll. So here we go. Lightning round with Tiffany. I'm just going to be talking about general things, and then we'll kind of drill down into 3 or 4 major points. So here we go. So Tiffany is, her pull is actually pretty good. I can see that she does have good pressure on the front of her forearm with her left arm. The breath is popped in the right location. The kick on average is pretty good. There's a good hitch. She does what I love, which is a 4-beat kick. The breath is nice and relaxed. The one thing I am seeing, though, on this is the right arm is popping in really close to her face. We're going to work to kind of extend that arm out and get it reaching out a little bit further. Flip turns are pretty nice. They're practically textbook. They're not super fast, but technique-wise, they're almost textbook. So her right arm and her left arm are doing 2 very different things with their recovery technique. The other thing, too, that I'm seeing is there's a lot of hand movement at the end of her push. Now, one thing you're going to see here is her right hand is coming so far down into the water, you can kind of actually see it actively slowing her down. I want to get back, because these first couple strokes right off the wall really show the slowdown with the right arm coming in right at the face. So right there, slow down, slow down, slow down, slow down, okay? So that's one of the main things we're going to look to fix. We're also going to look to tweak the kick just a little bit. The other thing that we're really going to work on is working on the mid to end pull, middle to end of the pull. So first off, let's start with recovery technique, okay? So first rule of recovery is you want to have those hands, when they enter the water, they want to be absolutely ready to go for the next pull. What happens with Tiffany is her left hand comes here, her left hand goes out, and then as she starts to pull, she rotates that hand in. Here, let me go back to the analysis and let me kind of show you what this is. So right here, her hand is straight. Her hand is now turned out. Now it's starting to push down and turn. Now you see here, she has now caught the water. So that is a late catch. So she puts her hand here kind of neutral, but then she pushes down and out and then she scoops in. Okay? So rule number 1 is when you recover, you want those hands to be here. All right? So let me explain why. Hands are always here. Butterfly, freestyle, breaststroke. So rule of thumb, when you finish butterfly, hands are here. And the reason why I say butterfly is because she shared with me a butterfly video. I'll go through it and I'll help her with a couple tips on butterfly. Nothing, it won't be a long explanation. Just some general tips. But butterfly, hands are here. Freestyle, hand here, okay? Now, the reason we want to do that is because when we put our hand here, okay, number 1 thing, elbow extends out. First thing is we scoop, okay? Hand comes here, scoop, elbow comes out, push our hand down, okay? This is the whole concept of reaching up, pushing down. If you want a really in-depth explanation into this, check out the card that I have up there, and it's going to be for the pulling video that I have done. I go into real heavy explanation on the pull path on that video. Lots of tips, lots of techniques, lots of really good stuff to learn how to do that pull better. So for Tiffany, what Tiffany needs to do is when she brings that hand in, that hand over the water, which she has a pretty good recovery with her right arm. Her left arm. Her left arm has a decent recovery. It's a little flat. You know, could bend that elbow just a little bit more. Not that important. I'm not too worried about that. But whatever she does, that hand needs to be here. Because then the elbow bends out as you push that arm under your body through here. Okay? It's actually going to be somewhere around here. Okay? So you're going to push through here. You see the elbow bends out. The hand goes straight. Okay? All right? So that's number 1. Tiffany, you want to fix your stroke, get your hand to the inside every single time when you finish your stroke, okay? So number 2 is we need to talk about that right arm, all right? So you're going to see right here, her arm is here. It's easier to see on the way back. Okay, so right there, so she finishes, the right arm comes out of the water. It's down somewhere right next to her head. It's not, you see the left arm right now. Oh, crud. I lost it. Sorry. Right arm. Her right arm enters just about level with her head as opposed to up here. So then her left arm comes up and over, and her arm and her hand enters well in front of her head. Okay? So the right arm comes up, and it's somewhere in level with her face. It's a lot easier when her husband is right next to her. I assume it's your husband. I don't really know. I'm just going to say it's your husband. Her filmographer. There we go. Your filmographer is right next to you on the way back. Okay, so right there. Okay, so right here, your hand is already zooming down into the water. So what's going on is your left arm is coming up and over and placing on the water. Now, your right arm is coming here and pushing down into the water. It's coming down into the water. Now, why this is not advisable is because when you push that hand down here, you have all these forces acting against you, okay? Water is not air, okay? Water is not air. Water pushes back against you a lot more than air does, okay? So having any surface area that's pushing water forward is going to actively slow you down. Now, Tiffany's overall body positioning is actually really good, but there is noticeable slowdown with that right arm pushing down into the water and that water just pushing against that arm, okay? So what Tiffany needs to do is Tiffany needs to work on, I mean, it's okay. It's okay to have kind of an overarm straight elbow, straight arm recovery. A straight arm recovery does have its benefits, you know, especially if you're in distance swimming. I use straight arm recovery a lot, especially if it's a little windy conditions. You know, if I'm, you know, don't really want to, you know, have that nice straight arrow, if I'm just out for a long distance swim, I'll go into a straight arm recovery mode instead of kind of that nice and, nice and linear high elbow recovery. But with Tiffany's case is that elbow needs to extend, that hand needs to extend over the water. So what you're going to want to do, Tiffany, is focus on that right arm, do right arm drill, do single arm freestyle drills, and just focus on the recovery for that drill. Don't really focus on what you're doing in the pull. Focus on the recovery. Focus on bringing that shoulder out of the water, getting that arm over, and extending it before that hand places the water. Okay? There's also another drill that you can do, which you're going to come here, extend, then place, and then push. Extend, then place. All right? So you're going to be holding your hand above the water for maybe a kick, and then place it on the water. That's another drill that you can do. You can do that with both hands. Just kind of let that hand drift here until it, like you pull with your right hand, let it drift near your leg until that second arm places on the water. Take the next pull, let it drift, place it on the water. So it's kind of like a weird, funky catch-up stroke. You could also do catch-up stroke with this. Catch-up stroke is also another good drill. That's where your arms are here. Take one stroke, take another stroke, take another stroke, take another stroke. Actually, think about it. Catch-up drill would be better. Just do catch-up drill. Forget what I said earlier. Just do catch-up drill. You're good. So that is good. Your breath, your breathing rotation is actually really solid. I really like that. Oh, nope. I want that one. I'm sorry. I just programmed new buttons tonight, so I'm not totally adept at pushing the right one yet. So there's a lot of good things here. So let's kind of focus on that kick. Now, Tiffany is doing what I like to call a 4-beat kick. So you see, per one full arm cycle, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, let's do it again on the way back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, anyone who has seen my kicking video knows I love 4-beat kick patterns. I love it. I swear by it. I race it. I train it. I eat it. I sleep with it. Actually, that was weird. Moving on. So I love 4-beat kicks. 4-beat kicks are fantastic. Now, Tiffany is doing a good 4-beat kick. The only problem is the dead spot. in her kick. She goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? Let's eliminate the dead spot in that kick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Instead, so let me show her kick with the pattern that I want. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So, Tiffany, you're going to be taking the exact same amount of kicks. What you're going to be doing, though, is you're going to be continuously generating power with those legs and not having a dead spot in your kick. Now, I get it. Triathletes, I get it. You don't like to kick freestyle. I have been told this very much so times before. Triathletes do not like kicking freestyle. Let me make a case for this, okay? Freestyle kick, when done efficiently, does not take a lot of energy. When you do it right, okay? The problem is most triathletes do not know how to kick right. And because they don't know how to kick right, they assume that legs are worthless. And I have a full video, link in the description, about how to kick properly. Really introduces this idea of a 4-beat kick. Try it. It will revolutionize your day. It's going to make you miserable first. Now, the reason why I love 4-beat kick is because it becomes a great metronome for your stroke. Okay? You want to sprint? You can use a 4-beat kick. You want to swim distance? You can also use a 4-beat kick. What varies is the speed of your kick, and then your kick will dictate the speed of your arms, okay? Just like on gear, just like gears on bike. You got a gear for the legs, you got a cog for the legs, cog for the front, okay? Now, you can vary the intensities and stuff like that. But for your kick, you need to learn how to make your kick the metronome of your stroke. Trust me, it's going to make your life a lot easier. So instead of, counting strokes in arms, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? That's what you want to do. Tiffany, this is an extension of kind of what we're talking about with your kick. I would just learn how to space out the 4-beat kick in order to eliminate that dead spot with your legs. So your legs are you will find that you are continuously generating a little bit more power with zero extra work because you're eliminating a dead spot. Okay? Now, let me think. Last thing, let me think. There was one. Oh. What I also want to do is I want to show off Tiffany's. I want to show off Tiffany's body position. We'll start over at the beginning. Things that I really look for in body position is 3 points of contact with the surface. Number 1, shoulders. Number 2, tush. Number 3, feet. Okay. Almost every single kick she does is out of the water. Her feet get out of the water on almost every single kick she does. Her tush is right at the surface, the water surface. That's exactly where we want it to be. Body is nice and relaxed. It is drawing a very nice straight line on the water. Shoulders are basically exposed the entire time. She has a pretty good body rotation. There's just a slight... No, actually, no. Her rotation is good. Her rotation is good enough to get a good breath, okay? So, what I want to do, my last thing that I want to do is I want to talk about the pull, okay? Now, I think in terms of here, let me go full camera. So, in terms of how to generate more power, this is what people say. How do I get faster? How do I get faster? Your pull. I can almost guarantee you, if you want to get faster, you need to pull harder. You need to push harder. General global concept. The pull is not a pull. It 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 is a push. Okay? The pull is not a pull. It's a push. You're reaching up, pushing water down. Now, what I believe Tiffany needs to do is Tiffany needs to catch the water just a little bit earlier, grab that water, and when she pushes down, focus more energy on here, on this part of your arm, the middle of your forearm. So what you're doing is you're basically reaching up and you're going to rest your arm here. So let me tilt the camera up. Okay, so you're going to be up here and you're going to be grabbing that brick, okay? Grab a brick, push it down. That is the general methodology. You reach up above your head, you grab a brick, you push that brick down in front of you, and you push, and you push, and you push, okay? It is a pushing motion. Please, get this into your head. The pull is a push, okay? Have I repeated myself enough? Good. So you're going to reach up, push that brick down, okay? So, but you're not grabbing the brick here. You're grabbing the brick here, okay? So you're taking a big, gigantic pile of marshmallows. Marshmallows are about 1 foot by 1 foot. I don't know what that is in metric. I got a lot of people across the pond that watch this thing. I don't know metric. I apologize. So you're going to grab it, push it down with that forearm, okay? The way you want to do this is you want to kind of flex all of the muscles. You want to flex basically your entire arm, okay? That's what you really want to do. You want to really just kind of get a nice stiff arm when you're pushing. Now, the one thing that I want to say about Tiffany's stroke is that she kind of does a flick finish, okay? She kind of flicks the hands down on the finish. So let me go back to here. So you're going to see that is a little bit of a flick, okay? So, and she also kind of exits the water early on her right arm. She's not allowing it. That's pretty close. Yeah, I'm splitting hairs here. I know. Sometimes I split hairs. Yeah, I'm splitting hairs here. Okay. She finishes her stroke fine. But you want to that looks like garbage. I apologize. There you go. So what you really want to focus on is you want to focus on having a nice stiff arm the entire length of the stroke. Tiffany, if you really want to get faster, you need to figure out how to push the water with more stiffness. So focus on grabbing that brick, pushing it down, and then what you really want to focus on is that pull path. Grab that brick, push it down underneath you. Don't allow that hand to go wide. Get that hand to go underneath you. And then, if you really want to start adding power, start by focusing on pushing more water evenly, okay, with both arms. And then you want to then force that water down stronger, not faster, okay? You push that water down faster, there's a limit. There's a limit where water gets, for lack of a better term, squishy. Water gets really squishy at a certain point. And you don't want to go past that squish factor. Then you get into what I usually call thrashing. You kind of reach what I like to call your thrash point, where you're just kind of pushing that water down really fast, but you're not grabbing onto anything because engineering. I'm a civil engineering student. I design swimming pools and fake rock work for a living. So I could go deep into engineering land, but I was told there would be no math. So basically what happens is you squish water. You squish water away when you push it too hard, too fast. So I would learn how to do builds. Build 50s, build 100s. So kind of work at a comfortable spot. then start applying more pressure, more speed. You kind of want to do, a little bit of a 1-for-1, add a little more pressure and a little bit more speed into that pull. And then you want to kind of figure out where the water gets squishy, where you feel like you're just not really grabbing anything anymore and you're just kind of thrashing your arms through the water. So you want to take that point, you want to back it off a little bit. Okay, you want to back that off. Obviously, you don't want to swim a bunch of hundreds at your thrash point. That's just not going to work. So you want to back off the intensity of your arms, and then you want to try doing some 50s or some hundreds there. Excuse me. And see how that feels. Okay, so you want to see how that feels. You want to see kind of, am I able to hold this intensity for 100? Can I hold it for a 50? Can I hold it for 5 100s? Can I hold it for 4 100s? Where do I start to really feel the hurt of pushing harder on that water? Okay? So just to kind of recap that whole thing, this is a general way to learn how to pull harder, because I am convinced most swimmers don't pull harder with their arms because they don't know how to. This is how you do it. You take 100, you build it. Okay, build by 25s. If you're not comfortable swimming 100, build 4 25s. You want to start out comfortable, teetering on uncomfortable in terms of intensity. So intensity is the product of both your pull, your power into the pull. Like on the bike, you have a power meter. It's how hard you're pushing down on the pedals. How hard are you pushing down on that water? Push down. Remember, push down. How hard are you pushing down on the water, and how fast is your arm moving? Now, there is no legitimate equation. Remember, there would be no math tonight, but there is a balance between power and speed that is not mathematically defined, but there is a distinct relationship between the two, and as you start to really grasp the relationship between the two, you will be able to pull harder. Now, as you are building, your leg power must also build, okay? It is impossible to swim with fast arms with slow legs. Extremely impossible. It is easy to do it when you got a pull buoy. But if you're trying to put everything together, it is like trying to, rub both arms on your belly and do 360 jumps and backflips in space. It takes a whole lot of concentration and is completely not worth it. So as you push harder with your arms and increase the arm tempo, your leg tempo will inevitably increase. This is why I recommend the 4-beat kick. Use the legs as the metronome to drive how hard you're pushing your arms. When you do this, you will find that you can find different cruising speeds that you never knew existed. Use the legs as a metronome to figure out what a better speed is and see how you can hold that on 50s, 100s, 200s, 500s, 1000s miles, blah, blah, blah. So, yeah. You know what? That's about all I got tonight. Tiffany, this is a great job. If you have any questions whatsoever, please shoot me an email, feralswimtech@gmail.com. Check out you are watching this on the YouTube. Check out the Instagram account as well, where I post swim-related content and, very small, short swim tips. They're too long for YouTube Shorts. I don't know how to do that yet. Sometime I'll figure that out. But I give little tips on there. I also, post swimming-related stuff that happens to me. Yeah, so I'm having a lot of fun with this. Just remember, if you yourself want to have your swim technique reviewed, shoot me an email. Comment. Please help and comment below. That helps this video get into the algorithms better. Liking and ringing that bell will also be a huge help. Remember, if you would like to support this channel monetarily, please visit Ko-Fi. Link in the description. This will greatly benefit this stream. I'll be able to acquire products to review. I can, attempt to do different different things with the stream. And will also help me fund my own personal triathlon endeavors and buy a milkshake for my kids. My kids love them the milkshakes, dang it. So that's going to be it for me. Tiffany, thank you so much for sending in that footage. Go Cougars. And that's going to be it for me tonight. So until later, my friends, good night, Isaiah Norris. Wherever you are, I'm out of here. Goodbye, everyone. Goodbye.